Hey there, bass players. Welcome back. Today we're going to learn the main bass riff to the classic, iconic bass line Money by Pink Floyd. Make sure and use the links below to download your tab. So the bass riff you see here is the riff for almost the entire song. It comes in with just this first bar looping over and over. And then this 4-bar phrase is what you're hearing over, I think, pretty much all of the verses. So we're going to focus on this today, getting this main piece of it kind of just really down solid. So I'm just going to run through it real quick, and then I'll back up and I'll give you some specific tips on how to make it sound really, really super. So starting off on a low B there, 2nd fret, up to the high B, down to the 5, the F sharp, to the 4th fret, back down to the B. Let me go down to the F sharp, 2nd fret again, open, 2nd fret, open. That's your main riff. We do that again. I'll talk about fret numbers now. 2, 4, 4 again, down to 2, down to 2, open string, 2, open string. Then this is the sort of like the B section of the riff, the 1 bar that's not like the other 3 bars. So we hit the B again, open D, B, down to the F sharp, open A, B, open D, and then we have our original riff all over again. Now you'll notice I have fingering numbers on here. Those are the numbers that are above the actual notes on the staff, and that's recommending certain fingers to you. And one of the reasons I added this is because one of the little tricks that we find on this song is going from the 4th fret to the 4th fret, the B to the F sharp. A lot of players will try to use the same finger for that, so it'll sound like this. And that high B gets cut short because you have to stop that note, move your hand to use the same fingers on both of those frets. So what I like to do to keep that note nice and long is I actually use what I call side-by-side fingerings. So I'm gonna use my 4th finger for this one and my 3rd finger for this one. I do have to twist my wrist just a little bit to kind of get those oriented so that I'm not gonna get this buzz. Nobody wants to hear that. So 1st finger, 4th finger, little bit of a movement here, 3rd finger, and then back into position with my 1st finger on my low B. Now the next piece is about keeping the notes the right length, I guess. Not in regards to rhythm, but we call this articulation. So when we cut a note short, that's under the umbrella of articulation. So nice short B versus a nice long B. And those B's with the dots below them, we're going to want to make those short. We're going to call those staccato. So nice short notes. We're going to clip those off. The rhythm doesn't change. The beat is still wherever the beat is, but that note should clip short, and the rest of that spot where the beat is just silence. So listen carefully. Again, I'll play further into it this time. And you notice both of those B's were clipped short. Boom, 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 boom. And this is one of those things that one of those pieces of attention to detail that gives the bass line that extra character that makes it so you're playing it right. In other words, more like it is on the recording, and it gives it the appropriate feel that we're looking for. So that's tip number 2. Staccats on those low B's. Not the first one, but the rest of them. And the last thing that I like to do to this bass line to make it played the way I feel like it should be played is I don't play it the way it's written here. Now, I wrote this down for you. I'm making this available for you to download, and yet I'm saying, well, I wrote it down wrong. I wrote it down this way because this is the way you typically see it. Every time I see a transcription of this song, it looks pretty much the way that you see it here. But let me show you how I think it should be played. That's better. So the difference here is we have some ghost notes. You see those X's? We've got X's over the tab. We've got X's on the traditional notation instead of the dots, the note heads. So these X's are, just told you, they're ghost notes. And that means that we're going to strike the string, but we're going to mute it with our left hand. This gives us a nice sort of, I think of it as sort of a funky, but it's a percussive element is the idea. So I'm going to hit some regular notes and some ghost notes alternately. You can hear the difference. Right? Gives us this cool sort of drum beat feel, allowing us to participate in the rhythm without committing to an actual note. But with the ghost notes, this is how this is going to sound. So basically, whenever I hit that low B and I'm going to go to the F sharp, I just put a ghost note in between. I keep it in rhythm. This song is in a swing feel, so it's the eighth notes aren't bump, 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 bump. They're bump, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. And so I keep the ghost note within that same underlying rhythm to keep in the feel of the song. So that's just a quick lesson for you today on getting under your belt. A fairly easy, but really, really recognizable, really awesome, and in my ears, in my mind, iconic bass line of the 70s. Please be sure to tell me in the comments what your favorite iconic bass riff is. And if you join me as a member on my YouTube channel, I'll even answer your questions in your very own video. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for more videos on helping you play your favorite bass lines. And don't forget to check the links below. You can book some free time with me, getting some guidance on your musical journey. And you can also download the tab that you saw today for free. Yay! So check that stuff out. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next time.